Don't pretend like you're wearing a large. That's definitely an extra large. We both know it. Looking like a...
You're right. You're right. It is extra large. My extra large look feeling like a medium. Large? We got a large over there? Why couldn't they come up, instead of medium, why couldn't they come up with large?
Why can't there...
Large?
Why can't there be like a standard for
large?
Large and pants.
Large? You mean why don't they let people wear shorts to work?
No, I mean like some shirts I wear a large, some shirts I wear a medium. You're over here just wearing an extra large and 2XL for most of the clothes that you wear.
My larges? Large? I don't know why they gotta change everything. Like everything has to change. If you don't change, it looks like you're old. And if you're old, you're dying.
Yeah.
And if you're dying, nobody wants to work with you.
We're just
randomly talking about change.
Change?
Is
that what we're doing?
I don't know. Like
you have to be changing, right? You have to be growing.
Growing or you're dying.
Learning. Yep.
Growing or you're dying. But at the same time, we're all dying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But we're also all growing, right? You should be learning something you didn't
from
know
all
yesterday.
the donuts. From all the donuts I was eating. I remembered what it was I wanted to fucking talk about in the last video. We were talking about toilet paper, how it's over the top. Oh. It's like, cause like when you went through an apprenticeship, you learn how to fucking roll up a set of plans, and it's fucking plans. The print is out. The print has to be on the outside. So people roll up things with the print on the inside because they're trying to protect the print, like the stuff on the paper. But then when you roll that out to look at it, it like fucking rolls right back up to you.
Yeah.
So with your plan sets, roll them face out. So that when you roll them out, it doesn't try to fucking curl up. Mm-hmm. That's what I fucking remember. Just like the toilet paper over the top, like on the outside, like.
We've hit our quota on saying toilet paper or talking about toilet paper.
How many times do you poop a day?
7.
Fuck. Is that healthy? I don't know what healthy is. Like, is 2 times? I mean, like, I'm consistent, but like. It doesn't matter. As long as you're pooping, we're going to talk about toilet paper. And here we go. Good segue. Poop. I'm an electrician. This is what I pulled up to you today.
The windows?
I've seen worse.
I think he's just... So, every electrician knows that you have to have 3 foot of clearance in front of an electrical service.
Yep.
So there can't be... You can't use electrical room or electric panel. You can't use that shit for storage. You got to have room to work in front of. But I always wonder too when I come to a place and the cover's missing. Like who's got the cover?
Who took the cover?
Where'd the cover go?
Yeah, you never know. It could be like ask them to move their stuff. We run into it all the time and a lot worse than this. Like where you can't see the electrical panel.
It's hard to see. Yeah, and then like when I come to that, like that's a single phase load center. Flush mount because it's flush to the drywall. And it looks like GFIs. It's like GFI arc faults. Like I can't see good. So maybe a house. Maybe. What are these RTXs? Is this somebody turning their house into like a Bitcoin miner?
Yeah, I think that's what these are miners. But then you also have these like $12 shades. That is just like a crinkled up piece of paper. So I definitely feel like this is a house.
Why you have to insult his shades? You think he's cheap because the shades are fucking cheap?
Yeah. I used to have them.
Newspaper.
Way back in the day. I had the exact same ones. Light gray.
I want to know why they started the breakers in the middle of the bus. Like, why wouldn't you start at the top and work your way down?
Right.
Or the bottom. Or the bottom. Like,
yeah.
So I think it's just complaining about, hey, this is what either one, global smoke, one, you came in, there's a fucking bunch of shit in the way of where you're trying to work, which is fucking annoying, we get it. Or it's like, I came in, here's the panel is open, and I don't know where the cover is.
If you're selling those, I'm looking.
I'll just be a node. That's about as much as my commitment level is. I'll be a node. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Oh, this is not electrical. Ontario is now paying people to become electricians, and training is totally free. The Pope on weed. All right. With over $2 billion in infrastructure projects on the horizon, Ontario faces a shortage of electricians and other skilled trade workers. Reads a release announcing the move. The investment will help the province deliver. The province. We don't have, like, that feels weird to say. The investment will help the province deliver critical hospitals, schools, and roads on time and on budget. Well, no, because it's going to take you 4 years before you got anybody trained to do anything. Like, you can't, like, you're not going to put a fucking apprentice in that bucket fucking doing wires. Like, you should have showed a fucking thing about them sitting in class learning how to roll prints the right way. Like, this guy's up here fucking with his toilet paper come out the wrong direction. He's like, what do I do?
And this is kind of just our life today is shortage of electricians. Just in general, I think there's not enough people in the trade. So
yeah, so we're going to raise our prices. We think you should too. Dollar signs. That's interesting though. Like, wasn't it? I mean, fuck. America's giving free training for everything. Look, Biden's just paying all student loans. Like, Ontario's not that cool. They're only doing it for skilled trades. Like, America's doing it for everybody. Take that, Canada. We're better again. No offense to my neighbors up north. I was rewatching Fargo for the first time in a long time and saw one hell of a rogue electrician.
Now, each of you is here because you're the best at what you do. Slippery Pete. Kramer tells me you are one hell of a rogue electrician.
Is it just because he looks like a badass?
I don't fucking remember. I don't know. Skip.
I don't know.
All right, let's stop at this one. That's all
plumbing.
Plumbing. Okay. All right, let's get back to full screen here. All right, maybe this is super basic for a plumber, but as an electrician, this type of work is very satisfying to see. Haven't seen a single piece of sloppy work from the plumbers on this job. Very impressive stuff. 30 seconds out. Natural gas. Those are gas meters to apartments, I assume.
But it looks like it was a waste of time. But it looks nice.
I don't know if it's, I mean, you have to keep them all, like, uniform, right? Like, that makes perfect sense to me. Like, this makes perfect sense to me because I'm an electrician, and it seems like there's rhyme to reason. Big fat ass 12.
Be careful what you wish for. My wife thought marrying an electrician meant great things for the house. 20 years in the trade, minus 15 years in business, and this is still on our garage. You know, you go to work.
No.
You don't want to go home. Don't want to mess with the lighting. Come on. No. Just fix it for your wife. Happy wife, happy life. Facts.
That's sort of like they say that shit though. Like they do say like if you, whatever you do at work, you don't want to do at your house. Like so you're like everything at my house as an electrician, like every fucking electrical device in my house is new. But all that shit's been changed.
Right.
I've got
make it look nice.
I've got fucking GAN lights that change colors if I want them to. Like everything's fucking like I'm up to date.
I'm with you on that.
Or I'm remodeling. Like 15 years. Like how long's he been there? Has it been 20 years he's been in the trade? From that house? He's been in that house since he started?
Yeah, I'm with you. I've owned my house for 3 weeks and I'm getting ready to do a service upgrade.
Right. Like, that's the one thing we can do. Like, shame on you, big fat ass 12.
Get
Come
your
on,
big
man.
fat ass up and change that light fixture.
Electricians are better than that. Black goes to the black, the white goes to the white, and the green or copper go to the green or copper. You know, I think you can get it off of there. Do you think he knows how it's mounted?
New construction guy.
Well, it didn't happen during construction, so it can't be changed.
Right.
That is a pretty shitty picture. What is this? It says Electrician's Hammer, but it doesn't resemble anything I've seen before. I don't fucking know.
They just threw some insulation on it and called it an electrician's hammer. The orange.
Yeah.
The orange
Yeah.
tool insulation.
I'm not up to speed on the new fucking tool, like the tool brands that are out there. Like I mentioned Klein, and I got reamed on one of the videos because somebody was like, "What about?" Maybe it was this brand. I don't even know. It was some Electra or some new age brand. Looks like everybody's spending $20,000 on tools. Like they're out there with their insulated fucking ply. Like first of all, you shouldn't be working on hot stuff every fucking day. Like that's not my daily I don't have my daily stripper like
You definitely shouldn't be hammering on anything that's live. So, I don't know what this is for.
I mean, what if the Allen key doesn't work? Electrician Hammer. Yeah, that's funny. Why would you? Perfect balance right there.
It's the exact same shit. It's like they're like hammering in a nail. They're pulling out a nail. Perfect balance.
Uh-huh. Live. You know, those are for those fucking 120 volt nails.
Yeah.
And you know, in the rare case, those 240, 480 volt screws. You got to be careful with those. Anybody got any of these? Anybody got one of those? What are you using it for?
You spent too much money on it.
The way my electrician wired my breaker box. Subliminal image. Some people are worried about cutting wires too short.
Does he like have some wires like holding his drill? Like he wrapped his drill and was like, "All right, you need to stay right here. Just drop. Just in case you drop it, you don't want it to
What a
fall
pain
under."
in the ass having to work around that fucking thing. This looks like a new construction too. Like it's like fucking wood frame, fresh new, Romex up top. Why do we have wire nuts? Why do we have wire nuts in the fucking panel? Unless it was like an older house and they just changed it. But like, what a pain in the ass to work around. Like he got all, like
Get all that in there.
It's like they refed this after the branch circuits were in. Like they ran all the branch circuits to the panel and then ran the fucking feeders in afterwards and put them. Like nobody's working around those feeders like that.
Right.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's about. Let's see, $60 worth of material you didn't need. By way of fucking 2 to 4 aught wire.
Fucking probably more than that right now.
I think that's the last one. Peace.